Hey Midnight Pros, I know what you're thinking. It's been a while. And what do you know? I went to college. I know it's been a really long time since we've uploaded here an actual YouTube video. So I figured it was about time to get around to that. And what better way to start it back off with a story time with Ashley. This one's pretty amazing, so I think you guys are going to like it. The outfit suits it too. That'll make more sense later. Cue the theme. I'm sure every one of you has had that time where you've sat in class and you sit in a weird area or you just don't talk to anyone in there because of the whole awkward first day thing and you just keep to yourself, right? Well, I do this all the time, and for my specific English class that I recently am finishing up, it's over, I sat as a very front, I know, bold move. So I didn't know that doing this would separate me so much from my peers to the point that they thought that I didn't like them. I know that sounds crazy. Let me explain. My friend Nigel, we're now friends, we can say that because I don't hate you, Nigel. Let's get that straight. He's this class clown and he tries to ease up the tension of our nutty professor all the time. So one day I was sitting in class and I'd gotten a lot of compliments on my sweater this day. It's actually this specific sweater. My professor even complimented me, and it was really nice. And Nigel, oh Nigel, he came up to compliment me and went something like this. Hey, Ashley, I like your sweater. Thank you. Inevitably, Nigel complimented my sweater, and then later on that day followed me on Instagram. And I know this sounds terrible, but I didn't follow him back. And the reason wasn't because I didn't like him or anything like that. Sometimes I don't pay attention to what happens on my Instagram, or I don't follow people back. Because I always inspect the Instagrams first, because you don't want any of those weird nuts that you follow, because you'd be like, I like you in person, but on Insta, that feed could be gross. It could be full of trees. And, Nigel has none of those problems. It's just I happened to not follow him back. But ironically, I saw that he followed me, and I was like, oh, this is the guy from my English class. He's always playing the ukulele. Well, so I went to his Instagram when he followed me, and in the midst of this, did not follow him back. I intended to, but I hadn't yet because I was looking through his Instagram, and I found Brianna's Instagram. I found one of the other girls in our class, Brianna's Instagram, and I also have art appreciation with her. So I was like, oh, Brianna, I need to follow her on Instagram. So I went to her Instagram through Nigel's Instagram, followed her, and proceeded then to check out of Instagram and didn't check out his Instagram by following him. I didn't make the purchase, and it resulted badly for me. He, later on that week, he asked me to help him, later on that week we would meet up so I could help him look over his citation quiz and see how that looked. So we looked over the citation quiz for maybe like 2 minutes before I started to babble about Harry Potter and other things because he said the right thing, and when I talk about Harry Potter I can't shut up. Anyhow, and so he mentions that I hadn't followed him back on Instagram. We were talking about different things, and then all of a sudden he goes, yeah, so I gotta know, I complimented your sweater, and you didn't follow me back on Instagram. Of course I was confused, because I'm over here like, it doesn't matter that you, just because you compliment my sweater doesn't mean that I can follow you back on Instagram. You could be a weirdo. And so, by the time he talked to me about this, it was kind of funny. We didn't talk about the citation quiz, and he told me that he thought I hated him. Ashley, you didn't follow me back on Insta. Why? And I was like, but I didn't follow you back. And at Thanksgiving dinner is when I realized it too. When we decided to chat so long, we ate a little Thanksgiving dinner upstairs together, and I had still not followed him back. But I did, and now we chat all the time. Because I was so bold and sat in the front seat of my classroom, and because I'm an awkward bug full of awkward, just like that sentence, I didn't follow Nigel back, and therefore he thought I hated him, and I looked like that jerk of the class that is there and doesn't socialize with anyone or talk to any of their peers. So, moral of the story is, if someone compliments your sweater, follow them on Instagram. Thumbs up for more fun story time with Ashley, because we all know I'm probably more awkward than you, and it probably helps you live through the day, because you might have experienced something awkward, but my life is like a sitcom.